Tuesday the 26th. The 28th, Thursday, is a workplace day of action. The buck is rather passed to all of us to work out, those of us in work, what we can do about that. And not forgetting, next Sunday, you're here please, because yet again we want to show our support for the Palestinians. And if you want to help steward for that, Helen here has a sign-up form.
If anybody wants to steward, please come and sign up for it. You always need more stewards. Okay, thank you. No, not for this school, that's it.
One moment.
Sorry, I think Jerry, we got a bit mixed up. I just want to mention to people, because I don't know if you're aware, I've been there this morning at 11 o'clock. At Abercrombie Square Park, which is on Grove Street at the opposite the side of the Women's Hospital, every year I go there on Remembrance Day because there's a memorial to all the Black, Asian and minority who fought all these wars around the world and weren't written into the history books. So that's on at 11 o'clock tomorrow, if you can make that, and then you can make the 1 o'clock one at the university, which is what I'm going to do. It's important to recognise that people like my father, you know, the Gurkhas and all the others who are not in the history books because it's been whitewashed. So I always go there every year, so if you can turn up, it'd be appreciated. Thank you. The square, the park opposite the side, it's on Grove Street.
Thank you, Teresa.
So that is an important feature for the 11th of November, and in that context Ralph here has white poppies available for sale at a reasonable price. Last item, Coca-Cola. Boycott it if you would, and there are alternatives. I show you here. Salam Cola, Gaza Cola. You can get them in the supermarket at the top of Dodge Lane, and maybe take one to your local shop, because it's not going to be done by people going outside the big supermarkets. It's going to be done by people going to the local newsagent saying, you do not need to sell this when you could sell this very tasteful stuff instead. Anybody wants to try one, be my guest. I don't really like the stuff myself. And we cannot let today pass without solidarity with the people of Amsterdam. If you thought I was wearing this scarf because I'm a red, well, you might be half right. Because you cannot see more clearly when it is in a neighbouring country the efforts to rewrite history. The fans of Maccabi Tel Aviv have a track record of racism and hooliganism, which is a term used of the Irish, which is unfortunate. But they have a track record of basically bad behaviour. And they go to Amsterdam like the occupying army that some of them belong to. And they behave like an occupying army. And they go around the streets chanting, "Death to Arabs, burn their villages." And they pull down Palestine flags, which I suspect were probably put up for to greet them, by the way, but nevertheless, you don't do that if you are an honoured guest of a country. They beat up Moroccan taxi drivers. They managed to write off an entire taxi in their behaviour. They then go to the stadium, and there's a 1-minute silence for the victims of the flooding in Valencia. And guess what the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans do? Yes, they whistle, they set off fireworks, they chant during a minute's silence. Scumbags! And now everybody wants you to think that they're the victims. Well, they come out and find that the people of Amsterdam have a right to self-defence. And then they get, and Sky News, by the way, and even the Daily Mail get it right. But since then, the entire Israel lobby in England and elsewhere has been out in force, up to and including, Robert Jenrick, the former Tory Secretary of State for Corruption, David Lammy, Mr. Trump's new friend, and lost boy Keir Starmer. They're all saying, oh, what terrible anti-Semitism there's been on. Well, Anne Frank, who lived in Amsterdam in a in a attic for years did not spend her time walking around chanting racist slogans, did she?
Yeah.
And the irony, if there's room for irony in this situation, it is that Ajax, the host club, who are very grateful for a 5-0 win, by the way, they're the Jewish club in Amsterdam, in the Holland. And if you go to the stadium there, as I have once been, many, many years ago, the away fans, and Dutch football fans are not all very nice. They're nice and fat and orange when they're national fans, but for club fans, they're not very nice. A lot of them chant anti-Semitic slogans at Ajax footballers. So, what better host, in a sense, for a proper Jewish club? But no, they're not having that. There they are in their yellow shirts, behaving, as I say, like the occupying army that some of them belong to. And it is an absolute disgrace to watch Sky News get it right first time, and then suddenly words are said and they alter their bulletin. And so get on social media and capture the originals while you can, because it will be gone. And before long, there will be no record of what actually happened.
Oh, well.
And it's you can see it happening in Palestine all the time, if you know. But we don't really know. But you see it happening in the Netherlands. It's all the more obvious. So solidarity with the people of Amsterdam. Let's hope the Maccabi Tel Aviv don't qualify for the Champions League next year. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Thank you very much and good afternoon.
Free, free. Palestine. Free, free. Palestine.
Yeah.